Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Excellent! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Knockout! Round five. Ready, go! Knockout!
I'm number one.
Round one. Ready, go! Excellent! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout!
I'm number one.
Round one. Ready, go!
Yep.
Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go!
Yeah.
Knockout!
Yeah. You won't stay on your feet when you fight me.
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Ring out! Round three. Ready, go! Ring out!
いかがかな
Round one. Ready, go!
Yes.
Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Knockout!
Claw! この強さが欲しかったのだ。
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout! Round four. Ready, go! Excellent! Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
Yo, Melvin, what's up, my man? You have a good weekend? You have a good weekend, my man? Yeah, how's your weekend?
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Round 4. Ready, go!
くれいへいせいやそやせいふんそやせいおれくれいへい
Knockout!
くれい
Round 5. Ready, go!
そりゃもらったそりゃせいやはいはいやはいはいやはいせいはいそりゃ
It's sort of an odd weekend, man.
せやいかがかな
That's alright. Overall, that's alright. Hear about something funny that happened, man. It's to do with this Korean girl. You there?
Yeah, I was just telling you I had sort of an odd weekend. Well, it's kind of funny though. Something happened like what, like I was going to tell you about the. Yeah, can you hear now? Yeah, I was about this Korean girl. Like, she was working in this shop, which I go to, like to buy this like skin products. Yeah, skin products. So she was kind of cute. So I was talking to her a bit, isn't it, for a while. So and then well, I asked her. I said, "Do you want to swap, contact, Instagram or something like that?" And she was like, "Oh no. I got a boyfriend." So I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's all right. I'm fine. That's no problem. Yeah, we can just be friends, I said, "That's fine." So and I just left it, So I was like, okay. Then 2 weeks later, well, which is like yesterday, I went back to the shop, and I just said hello, and then, or no, I said, "Oh, I didn't see you in a while," and then one of the other staff told me like to go and look at the other product, so I got interrupted, and then next thing I know, she banned me from the shop, man. I don't know why. She said, "Oh, she got one of her staff to come over and tell me." Said, "Oh, I don't what, she said, "Oh, do you?" Oh, yeah, the staff was like, come over and said, "Oh yeah, you make this girl said she asked me, she said, "Oh, do you have something happen with my other staff?" And I was like, yeah, well, I just said that, I asked her for a contact, and she said she didn't say, she said no. And then I was like, "Oh, okay, that's no problem, that's fine." Yeah. I know this about Asian girls, so I'm kind of used to it, man. So yeah. So, but even though I've been like a good customer for over like 3 years with them, and I spend quite a lot of money with them. yeah. So even the staff that she asked to come over was kind of confused as to why she was banning me. I said to her, look, all I did was I asked for her Instagram, and she said no, she had a boyfriend. So she said, "Oh, you're making her feel. Did you make her feel uncomfortable?" I said, "Oh, look, I'm sorry, I made her feel uncomfortable." But I said, "Look, okay, it's fine. You got a boyfriend." I said, yeah, it's okay, And I said, I'm sorry I made her feel uncomfortable. I said, look, I said it's fine if you don't want to give me your contact. That's okay. And then she's kind of younger and Asian, but I know this about Asian girls, man. They often do this, over emotional kind of thinking. So I got banned from the the shop, the skincare shop. But if only they had the type of product you're looking for, complain to the owner in written format. Yeah. I mean, you are right. I mean, there are other skincare shops, so. It's just a bit stupid, man. It's just, yeah. No, you. Yeah, it's just a bit stupid, man. It's just. I don't have to keep shopping there. I mean, you're right. I mean, there are like you could buy it online or stuff like that. I mean, I guess I could order their products from online. So I mean, it's just a bit stupid, really. I mean, I said to her, look, okay, then said if you that's fine if you want, but anyways. Yeah. You're right, Evan. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was planning to do what you said first, but maybe go back there sometime. But I mean, it's just it's just ridiculous, man. Oh well. Sometimes it's she's Korean, isn't it? So maybe. I mean, a lot of Koreans are, right? I think. Sometimes it's best to ask them if they would like to. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I said, yeah. I mean, you could say that. I mean, you could ask them, would you like to exchange contact? But she said, she said, no. Well, no. What she did say, says, oh, I have a boyfriend. So I just said, okay, then we just be friends, yeah. So I was like, and then she said, and then I was like, okay, if not, then okay, then I didn't. I just left it, So it's okay, You don't have to. But then the next time I come back, then she banned me, just for saying hello, which is just crazy, man. Yeah. I kind of know this about like young Asian girls though. That they are like that. No, and they. Yeah, no, you are exactly right. No, and you're exactly right. No, yeah, yeah. So I was kind of expecting it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not all that surprised. You know, it's just it is how a lot of younger girls think. They don't necessarily think logically or rationally. Just it's exactly what you're saying, Logan. So yeah. Yeah, this is very common and stupid and funny. I know. I know, right? Well, I just let it go for a while. Right? I'll leave it for a while, and maybe I'll come back later sometime. see how it is. I mean, they do good products there, and I gotta admit that's why I've been going there for like 3 years and be the big boss. Maybe keep the iPhone and Chile. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, being that shit, yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah. That shop does have a lot of different staff as well. I think they're like they have like a chain brand of shops. I think. Well, I know they have two here in London anyway. So. Irvin, Irvin, do you have Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown? One thing I really do wish they sort out in this game is like the matchmaking, and also the netcode as well. Like, that's the absolute must. Yeah, they should need to sort out the netcode, and also the matchmaking as well. But it always matches you with the same player again and again, man. It's annoying.
And bosses that make up some of the best set pieces in the series by far. Of course, the various locations that make up the game as well are beautifully realized, from the heights of Mount Olympus to the fiery depths of the underworld, and every new environment you encounter comes along with a sense of grandeur you don't often find with similar games of its kind. So if you never got around to playing it, it's just as enjoyable now as it was all those years ago. Journey was one of the most unique games that ever hit the PlayStation 3, and much like its name suggests, it's about traveling from A to B with much more of a focus on the experience between those 2 points. At the beginning, you're literally thrown into the deep end with no clear objectives or information about what to do, and I feel this aspect of the game will really help immerse you in the adventure as you slowly begin to figure out the several ways you can reach the ominous mountain that forever lingers in the distance. Now, the simple control scheme makes Journey incredibly easy to interact with, and the fact that sliding around in the sand and floating around in mid-air is such a joyful experience means it's not only easy to interact with, but a hell of a lot of fun to play. It goes without saying that graphics and music are a huge importance in Journey, and it's extremely impressive visually, both technically and artistically. From the vast sun-drenched desert to the bleak, solemn and bitter cold mountain, it's impossible not to feel the need to stop every now and then.
No, it's quite funny, man.
So you can pan your camera around and take it all in. Journey is also crammed full of neat little visual effects that aid in boosting the amount of immersion the game has to offer. By walking around in the sand, you'll leave little trails and kick sand particles.
Do you have a 3DS?
Yes. And it's these
Yeah,
elements
I
that
have-
make the world feel like a
I have
believable
two,
space in
actually.
which
I
to
think it's the
explore.
3DS
Journey is a game
XL?
that nearly anyone can enjoy, that delivers an emotional and unforgettable adventure.
I
So
think
if
so.
this is one game you never got around to, it's
if I'm right.
definitely something that's worth taking the time to play. Ground Zero served as the introduction to Metal Gear Solid 5, and although the Phantom Pain is
No,
objectively
no,
the
no,
better
it's not-
game
it's not the
in terms
3DS
of content and scope, I feel that its prologue was a much more concise and measured experience that delivered a far more traditional take on the Metal Gear series. Set after the events of Peace Walker, it sees Big Boss being called to a black site known as Camp Omega, which is rumored to be holding his former comrades Chico and Paz, who have been subjected to unthinkable amounts of torture. In terms of
Yeah, it
gameplay,
is the
this
3DS
is Metal Gear
yeah.
at its best. And
It's
quite
the
frankly,
3DS
the
XL,
pinnacle of
not the
action
new
stealth
3DS
affords the
XL,
player
the
an
3DS
endless amount of
XL.
ways to approach each of the game's different missions. May that be the quiet and calculated
Did you play with the
path
3D
that
effect
relies
on?
upon your
Oh,
tranquilizer and outwitting the guards with various different items, to the more action-focused with one of the many different weapons.
I
you
did
can
try it
unlock,
out for a bit.
machine guns,
For a bit.
C4, rocket launchers, and sniper
I
rifles.
mean, it was
Now, when
was
comes
kind
to
of
visuals,
no,
Ground
the
Zeroes on the
just
PlayStation
the
3 is a
3DS
real
XL,
test
just the
of
not the
power
new
of
one,
console
not
and
the new
Fox
one with the
engine
little
itself,
extra
even
analog.
though it's clearly
Just
dialed back when
regular
compared to
3DS
its
XL.
PS4
I did
and
try it
PC
out for a bit,
counterparts with a lot less
with the
shorter
3D effect,
distances
but
and lower resolution. It's still an impressive achievement.
I think
that runs at
I mainly
720
played it
and
with
hits
it
a
off.
respectable 30 FPS. The amount of detail in the game is simply staggering.
Yeah.
May that be the environment itself, the weather
I did
effects
play
and
it for a
lighting
bit,
that all
man.
come together to create an incredible atmosphere in the camp, which makes for a truly immersive, albeit short game. If you only ever played the Phantom Pain, then you owe it to yourself to check Ground Zeroes out, and with it now being readily available for a cheap price, it's well worth it. From Software have become one of my favourite developers, with many incredible games under their
Why,
belt
did you
that
just
I'm
get
still
one?
discovering to this day. One of them is Gundam Unicorn, that retells the
Why?
story of the anime and throws you into one of several different mechs as you use their unique abilities to tackle a series of battles.
No, it
As you
was
would
quite
expect, there's a
interesting, and
huge amount
I
of
don't think it looked
customization
that
the
bad.
player gets to play around with, and at the end of each mission, you're rewarded a certain amount of tune-up
But
points
I
that
just
can be
got
spent on
used to
various
playing it.
upgrades. May that be
Like
different
I don't really
weapons,
play
armor,
handheld
or
that much
skills that
anyway.
all mix up the gameplay when out in the field.
No, it's
Speaking of
not. It's
gameplay,
not
the controls
jailbroken,
can
no.
be a bit overwhelming at first.
So the
and when
3D
you're bringing
effect,
a
I
huge
well, thought
mess,
it was
it
alright,
definitely takes
but
some
I
time
just
to get used to. But
some
once the
you know
loop
I'm
clicks,
more
it's
used
one
to
of the
playing
most
games
visceral
just like
and
without the
engaging
3D
mech games
effect
of all time. It
on
really
it.
preserves the
So
feeling of speed
even though
fans
you know
of the
I don't
source
play
material will be
handheld that
familiar
much,
with, and with the amount of actions
I
you
prefer
perform,
just playing it with a
honestly feels
regular
like one of the most
the
authentic
regular
takes
non
on the
non
franchise.
3D
Now,
non
visually,
3D
Gundam Unicorn is one of the PlayStation
effect, you
3's
know.
most gorgeous games.
But
and like I've already
even if you
mentioned,
use the
that's
3D effect,
partially
I thought
due
it
to
was
the
alright.
incredible
Actually. It
speed
looked
that
pretty
the action plays out,
decent.
presented at 60 FPS. It's
Although
a
some
really
people
smooth
didn't like it, right?
experience,
The
which
3D
is
effect.
only bolstered by the insane amount of detail that each mech comes along with. It's clear to see that a lot of love went into recreating each of the suits and weapons, and when you couple this with the insane amount of effects that light up the screen during combat, each fight becomes a true spectacle. If you enjoy the franchise or just mech games in general, then Gundam Unicorn will be right up your street. Rain is by far one of the most overlooked games on the PlayStation 3, and it's easy to understand why, as it never received a physical release in the West and would instead be tied to the PlayStation Store indefinitely. You take on the role of a young boy who
Did you just get
spots a
one?
mysterious
No.
girl in the rain as she runs from a terrifying monster, prompting him to find her and ultimately bring her to safety. I don't want to spoil too much, as the story is easily one of my favourite parts of the experience, so I'll leave it up to you to discover if you decide to give it a go. Now, one of the first things that will strike anyone who plays it are the completely unique mechanics that the game deploys, which are all built around the rain itself. As the boy begins to explore the city, you'll realise that you're nothing without the rain, and your body disappears upon finding shelter. The various monsters that lurk through the empty streets are also afflicted with the same condition as you, and it all soon becomes a game of hide and seek as you swiftly but quietly move through the alleyways and dodge in and out of the safety of cover from
I
the
think
rain.
it's
Now,
I
in
think
terms
it's
of presentation,
interesting
Rain may
as
not
well.
be
It's
one
just
of the most
that
technically impressive games you can find on the console, but when
playing
it comes to
playing
its
games on a
art design,
handheld
this is where the game truly begins to
is
shine.
only
The depths of the
really
beauty of
well.
the
I used to
abandoned
like
city
it before
once
I
more
was
is
playing on
enhanced by the subdued
home
piano score,
console.
which offers
Yeah.
subtle background
And I
texture
used to love it. I mean, that
without
was where I
overpowering
first
elements. All
started
the
in
parts that
gaming.
make
You
up
know,
the game
with
fit together
with
perfectly,
handheld
and as the
devices,
narrative builds to a
Novin.
suspenseful
Yeah.
climax, it becomes
And
utterly
I had
captivating. Overall,
you
if
know
you're looking for an
the Tiger
unforgettable
Electronics
adventure, then Rain is
and
definitely a game
like
worth
the brick,
considering.
like the game, like the monochrome LCD screen, gaming systems like the handheld ones. and then I moved on to what the Game Gear. After that, I had like the watches to begin with, and like then the handheld ones. Then I had like there's a Golden Axe, Tiger Electronics. Then I had a Game Gear. That was my first, you know, color screen system, and it was just awesome. But then when I got the home console, you know, which my first one was, well, the Sega, technically the handheld one, it was the Sega Game Gear, full on, you know, proper console anyway, like full on video games console. Then I had the home console was the Super Nintendo, the very first one I had. Then after that I had the Sega Saturn. So since I got the home console, I always just prefer playing on the home console. But if I go back to playing on the, like a portable screen, I just find it's not as good. You know, it's just not. You know, the only way you know, if you haven't got a bigger screen to play on, it's like if you're out and about. Then, do you have a Steam Deck? No, but I'm interested in that actually. And it looks similar to the Switch, where if you want a new 3DS XL, get one fast. The price is going up. Oh really? Okay.
Which really helps it from becoming stale. Now visually, Ridge Racer 7 looks incredible even to this day, and that's got a lot to do with the crisp resolution and solid frame rates, but also the design of each track and car. May that be the bustling cities that you race through at breakneck speeds, the calm and beautiful countryside that sees the sun slowly setting behind you.
Yeah, one thing they should definitely sort out with this game is if people are playing on Wi-Fi, they should have at least like a detector on the matchmaking,
just how powerful the PlayStation 3 was.
Match up people with Wi-Fi, people with Wi-Fi,
its first release on the PlayStation,
or sat link or something like that. If they're playing on like a non-cable connection, they should get matched up with each other, because playing with people on Wi-Fi just sucks so badly. Or like sat link or whatever, because you just gotta have a cable connection.
From character to character and slowly unravel the plot that manages to convey a pretty decent story from start to end. In terms of gameplay, it's the same 3D based fighter anyone familiar with the series will know and love, with all of the characters coming along with their own unique movesets and style, as well as your basic hits like punches, kicks and throws. You also get to perform special moves, known as power blows and critical bursts. These abilities have the potential to flip the outcome of a fight, and even though they require quick reflexes, once you master it, you'll be pulling them off left and right. When it comes to graphics, just like the games before it, Dead or Alive 5 is a truly graphically impressive experience. The character models are by far the best aspect of the visual makeup, with plenty of detail being afforded to each of them. And
what
it's
platform?
the details that really shine. May that be the way their hair and clothing realistically reacts
So
to
what do you mean?
or the several facial expressions that accompany their attacks. Of course, the stages that these fights play out on are just as impressive and range from temples to cities and huge stadiums, with plenty of background details that bring life to each and every one of them. Although it's not exactly the best fighting game you can find on the PS3, Dead or Alive 5 is easily one of the best looking. Ever since the first game on the PlayStation 2, Katamari has really stood out thanks to its unique gameplay and quirky style that it can happily call its own. The player takes on the part of a young prince who's looking to help the king return the cosmos.
Yeah, for this game.
No easy task, but by using
For the
your
matchmaking,
Katamari,
they
it is
definitely need to sort out. They need to
essentially
put in a
capable of
Wi-Fi
picking up
detector,
any
man,
objects
you know, or
the
notification.
itself. It'll slowly
And
grow
if
as you navigate one of the many
if
levels
the
and
player
add
is
to its
playing on
size and
Wi-Fi,
weight.
like,
Ultimately,
they should get
it's
matched
similar
up
to a new
with
star in the night sky. If
the
you
priority
want to
for
stage
matching them with the
in
player should be with like another Wi-Fi player.
but it's a lot harder than it
It's
initially
just
sounds,
horrible
as your
playing with like a
objectives change
Wi-Fi
from stage to
connection
stage.
or
Some see
or
you
sat
moving
link
items
connection,
based on
because
their
it's
monetary
just
value, while another might
it just
force you
sucks
to
so
pick up
badly.
hot
I mean,
items
it just shouldn't be in
increase
there.
the heat of your
Cable
Katamari.
connections
What
should be
really
matched
helps
with
the game,
cable
though, is the
connections,
colourful art
or
style
give
that
you the option to
permeates
back
around
out of
every aspect of the
playing with
experience.
Wi-Fi.
One quite clever
Make sure you
graphical
put
gimmicks
rollback
that have some
netcode in this
stages
game as
start
well.
out as a black and white outline of the environment, and as you roll over objects and get larger, more and more of it turns into color. It's a really nice touch, and with the sheer amount of objects you can interact with, it looks absolutely incredible in motion. On top of this, it's all rendered in 1080p, and while the frame rate can be a bit on the slow side with it occasionally dipping below 30 FPS, it's kind of understandable with the amount that goes on during each run. Though far from a deep and complex puzzle game, Katamari Forever still offers a great time, and with its infectious soundtrack, level...
Yeah, I mean, it's so clear, man. Everybody can practically agree. I mean, if you're on a cable connection and you're playing with somebody that's on Wi-Fi, it's so clear. Like, it's like you're playing in mud. You know, it's like moves miss, and you pull out the wrong moves, and then it's all slow, and it's just horrible, man. I mean, I'm sure I can be playing with a cable connection in Japan and a cable connection on my side, and then if I'm playing with a cable, but then comparing it with somebody who's on even decent Wi-Fi or like a Satlink in Europe, it's just completely, it's night and day. I mean, I can just tell, man. Like, oh, this player is playing on a cable connection almost certainly, like, and it's decent, you know. It should be offered as an option to play versus cable. Yeah, exactly, Nolan, exactly. Because it's just not fair. I mean, it's not fair on both the players. Even if you're winning or losing, it's just ridiculous, man. It just, and it takes away from the experience of the game. You're absolutely right, Nova. I mean, if they're saying that this game is like an esports game, I mean, then they should absolutely be doing that, man.
Characters and art style, it's quite hard to put down once you start rolling. There's no denying that Final Fantasy XIII was a bit of a train wreck that no doubt prompted Square to try and salvage what they could by producing 2 sequels, with Lightning Returns picking up centuries after the second game's ending. You wake to learn that the world is going to end in 13 days, and you make a deal with the God of Light to become his servant and rid the earth of the darkness.
Yeah, alright, Novan, see in a bit.
Family's freedom is yours. This countdown plays in nearly every aspect of the game that serves as a real driving force and a constant reminder of the dire state of the world. In addition to the main quest, there's over 60 side missions to take on as well, that offer a nice variety and change of pace to help keep the game feeling fresh over the course of its near 30-hour runtime. As you would expect, battles also play a huge role, with the system feeling like a cross between Final Fantasy X and Crisis Core, where you can unleash real-time attacks using the face buttons and wait on the ATB bar to unleash more powerful abilities. Now, for all of 13's problems, the one thing that the game had going for it was its presentation, and that aspect is carried on here quite well. The main character and major supporting characters are beautifully animated, and the different garbs Lightning can wear all feel unique and detailed. This carries over to the areas you explore, from the dense forests to grand cities and deserts that litter the landscape, which provide an impressive backdrop for all of the action to play out in. Even though it's not exactly a traditional entry in the series, Lightning Returns is the better one out of the 13 series, and while it won't be for everyone, it definitely brought the trilogy to a good close.
When it comes to folding wraps, we've seen it all. The traditionalist, been to Mexico once, now fluent in fajitas. The careful crafter, shh, don't distract them whilst folding. The hopeful overloader, piles fillings high, then even higher. Love is optimism. The one folder, simple, no time for anything else. The wrap hacker, always chasing the next food trend. The beloved fumbler, not really sure how to wrap, but tries the best. However you wrap mission your way.
Legacy. You build something worth having. Someone's gonna try and take it.
What I'm doing isn't for the ranch, it's for us.
I spent my whole life here.
Me too. You destroy me, you destroy yourself.
Just tell me how to fight.
Everyone.
Stream every episode before the epic return of Yellowstone, the 11th of November, only on Paramount+.
After the absolute mess that was Aliens, Colonial Marines, a lot was riding on Isolation to deliver, and taking a brief glance at some of the reviews at the time of its release, you'd be forgiven, thinking that it didn't live up to the expectations, but I for one truly enjoyed the more basic and old school approach that the game took, which resulted in it being one of the finest survival horrors in recent memory. The game sees you picking up the role of Ellen Ripley's daughter, Amanda, who's on her way to a space station that's said to house the black box of the Nostromo, and possibly some answers as to what happened to her missing mother. Gameplay sees it all playing out from a first-person perspective as you explore the space station and weave in and out of the shadows in the hopes of evading a xenomorph that's running loose on the ship. Ammo and weapons are really scarce, and with the game's combat being purposefully quite hard, it really helps make you feel that you could die at any second. Now when it comes to the game's visuals, it's really hard to understand how they even got this up and running on the hardware, and sure, several corners have been cut in order to do so, but the level of detail is simply stunning when compared to its next-gen counterparts. The space station itself feels like it's been pulled straight out of the films, and recreates the atmosphere of them perfectly. The various effects such as the lighting and shadows all work together to make each and every room you explore come along with a severe sense of dread that really amps up the scares and pulls you into the world even further. Although the game won't be for everyone, mainly due to its mixture of both new and old style of survival horrors, any fan of the franchise will find something here to love. Well, that does it for another video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to get notified about new videos. You can follow me on all of the socials which are linked below to stay up to date, and also join my growing community on Discord to meet many like-minded gamers to continue the conversation with and to take part in giveaways. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Patreon supporters Rhino, Skill Jim, Showdown, Richard, Daniel, Dio, Omar, Strider, Pierre, Carl, Awesome Jacket Dude, Maximus, Scott, Alfred, Terry, Ryan, Alex, GameCube Galaxy, Curse Salaryman, Fake and Patty J for their continued support that helps make these videos possible. If you're interested in joining my Discord or supporting the channel through Patreon, you'll find all of these links down below. As always, thanks for taking the time to check the video out. I'll catch you next time.
Oh, hi Blockscart, how are you? Hope you had a good weekend. And you guys, I had a good weekend. Good to hear, good to hear. I was so I was just chilling, man, just playing some VF games, man. Trying to avoid Wi-Fi players. What you been up to? Want to check the progress of the 3DS Woohoo 3DS. I don't really play on the 3DS, although I do have it. Yeah, I did play on it some. Do you play on 3DS? Let's have a look if there's any room matches available. Bono? Okay. I play on 2DS. Oh, okay. Are you gonna be first in line for Nintendo's new follow-up to the Nintendo Switch? I think the whole of the internet is waiting for more news on it. You don't know? How comes you don't know, Blocks Cart?
Round 1. Ready, go! Round 2. Ready?
Bono. I don't know if it's gonna be like the same as the Switch or different. It can be like the Switch but a bit different. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure from all of the information that's been floating around, as far as I can see, it will just be an evolution rather than a revolution of the current Nintendo Switch. But I guess that's quite a bit, it remains to be seen what exactly is going to be different about it. But yeah, but I'm just guessing from what I can see. I think it's most likely it's going to be similar. I would put it more towards evolution than revolution. But if I was just guessing, but we will see. I think it won't be too long before they announce something. I think they're gonna announce something maybe this year. Maybe we'll see. What'll be interesting also is I was wondering if they're going to keep the Switch name, and what with it having done so well, I think that they probably will keep the Switch name. If you asked me to come up with a name for the new Switch, I would probably say the Nintendo Switch Up, or Switched Up.
Can I take a photo with you?
Let's hope they switch up for the new Switch.
Welcome to the mini event series. So it's currently Saturday evening. I've just checked into my hotel, as you can see, with the lovely views. Treating myself a little bit this weekend. Into Trafalgar Square, everything's all set up and ready to go, simply for London Japan Matsuri. And yes, so we are back again. I'm going to be rocking up in our Sailor Moon style with our group. So in the morning, I'm going to be doing Super Sailor Moon, and later on Eternal for the stage show. And all my friends are going to come and join me on stage. As well, in addition to this, we're hoping to attempt to break the world record for the Kamehameha as part of a tribute to the late passing of Toriyama Sensei, the creator of Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior, and various other works he has done. I apologise if it's a bit noisy.
I'll be back in an hour if you're still live. Oh, alright, Novin. Probably.
We're going to meet my friends. We're going to have a little get-together dinner today. So we're just kind of waiting for them to rock up, and they're on the way as we speak in this video. So yeah, come and join in with all the spectacular views and see what we get up to for Japan Matsuri this weekend.
So it's just coming up now, which looks a lot nicer. You go away. Just hear the bells chime.
We're just waiting for a friend to come up. She's coming as Cosmos apparently, so and then she's going to change to Venus, and then we're going to go and look around. Apparently, there's like a bag restrictions thing, like they won't let you take bags at Matsuri for some reason. We got a plan though. We're going to try and go backstage first and see if we can dump our luggage, and then we can go around without annoying anybody. So that's the proposed plan. We're going to see you soon at Matsuri.
Look at that. I'm getting this. Look, it's so huge.
Coming around 12ish.
Oh, don't at me.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, hello, someone's spotted this. No, I can't see you without it. Oh, we've got a good view of this now. We've got pie.
But it's not I think they're going to take it up those stairs. You'll be surprised.
Try to sound like a train.
Oh, we got the baby. Wait.
Yeah, and it's technically my twin, so I'm technically could be the same artist. Is anything in the back?
What have you got for me?
Oh, no, wait! I saw the perfect one. When you said it.
What kind of monstrosity are you trying to say?
asked for it.
No,
Kissy.
No. I skipped that one, sorry.
Oh, I got Studio Ghibli. Oh, that's at the back. You know what? Turn it around. Sorry. Inuyasha. Yeah, whatever. Everything. Sorry. Sorry, Dad. Oh, look who that's going there. Last year was like, oh, hello, what is happening? Okay. They're breaking stuff. Go, it's Sunday. You've got like a couple hours to start before like we go on that stage.
You two get lost back here.
Oh yeah, that's all. Go on. Wait, why was you lost child? You lost Abby already, isn't it? Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is a big one.
No, I'm good. You give me a test subject. God, test shot. Good? Yes, okay.
2, 3, 4. Arms to the side, and then the knees. And back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now forward bends with rhythmic bounces. Next down to the right. And back up again. Once again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now rotate the whole body. Stretch the arms to their full length. Make a 4, 5, 6. Feet back together. And now jumps. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Do it. You can do it.
So first was 2017, and I did the Warlock competition 2018 and won as well, which was a shock. And then literally last year we went on stage. No. It's like the upgrade version of it.
That was a dragon costume for just.
Right. I am probably gonna switch up games. I might play. What should I play? Maybe.
Nice deep breath in and let it all go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And give me one more time. All the way out. Let's go ahead, deep breath in, all the way out, and just let hair go. Very nice. Awesome. Let's go ahead, deep breath in, and let it all go. Just let hair. There it is, beautiful. Nice deep breath in and let it all go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And give me one more time. All the way.
For the past few months, I've been investigating a particularly cruel crime. Scammers are targeting older women with Chinese heritage around the world. There are victims in the UK and across North America.
It just felt like she was in some ways hypnotized and manipulated.
They're tricked out of their life savings and valuable jewelry, and they're left wondering, how did that happen? It's called the blessing scam. It plays on people's superstitions and exploits their love for their families.
They put the fear into me so much that I was willing to do anything, you know, for the sake of my son.
Every blessing scam starts in the same way. It's a piece of criminal street theatre in Cantonese. But how does the con work? A stranger in tears comes up to you. They ask you, do you know a Chinese traditional healer in this area? My family member's really, really sick. You say, sorry, I don't know them. Then a second lady appears. She says, oh, I know him. He cured my husband. I can take you to him. Let's go together. The two women take you down a quiet side street. They're very insistent that you need to help. You might protest, but then a third lady joins. Guess what? She knows the healer. She's his granddaughter. The women have been acting like they don't know each other. But this is the moment where they pile on the pressure and they flip the story onto you. They warn you that one of your family members is in danger and they're being threatened by an evil spirit. The scammers tell you that you could save your relative's life if you let them perform a blessing over a bag of your cash and valuables, which they'll help you get from home. They promise that you can get this back at the end. But during the blessing, the bag is switched for another bag that looks and weighs the same, and the gang makes off with your life savings. Meng-Ni, can you tell me what happened to you?
Yes, I got scammed actually by 3 women.
Meng-Ni was approached in a West London street while she was on her way to yoga. The scammers persuaded her that evil spirits threatened her family.
She then said, something's going to happen to your son if you don't act within the next 3 days, you know, but the healer can help you and he will do some ritual which will alleviate this bad fortune. You know, of course you want your children to be safe, you know. But they put the fear into me so much that I was willing to do anything, you know, for the sake of my son.
Terrified for her son, Meng-Ni went to collect valuables to be used in the blessing ceremony to protect him. One of the scammers accompanied her to help.
So I went along with it. I went to my home. She walked with me to my home. I went in and collect all my jewelry, and then I had to go to the bank. And she came with me to the bank as well. We took the bus there, and yeah, I withdrew some cash. And then after that, we went back to the original place where we met. We met the other 2 ladies again.
The scammers performed a blessing ritual in the street. Meng-Ni's bag of valuables was placed in another bag with some items supposedly blessed by the healer, and then it was handed back to her.
They've got really nimble fingers. They are so fast. I didn't even see it. And then she says, now you have to go home now, and don't stop by anywhere, just go straight home.
What was inside the bag when you got home?
Just a bottle of water, a loaf of cake, and a brick. my blood just drained out of me. Just felt hopeless and stupid. I felt very, very stupid.
One of the reasons why the scam works so well is because many Chinese families have heirlooms and jewellery made of gold, silver and jade. There's a belief, especially amongst older people, that these items have protective powers, and if they're used in the blessing, then it makes the protection spell even more powerful.
I've had my jewellery for like 40 years, you know? They are memories, something from my mum, you know? Yeah.
I'm trying to understand what happened. Would you say that you're a spiritual person?
I think because I was brought up always going to temples with my mom, and then we do offerings, we give gifts of money, so maybe in a sense it's kind of relatable, you know, and make me believe that maybe somebody who knows how to do the offerings and the rituals and to heal the other person or to get rid of whatever curse there is.
Miles away on the other side of London, the blessing scam is claiming more victims.
So my mum's been coming here for over 30 years, and sometimes she comes on a weekly basis, on a Thursday or a Saturday, so the place is really familiar to her.
On a shopping trip here in May, Tue Van Huyn's mother was conned in a similar way to Mung Ni. The thieves got away with cash and family jewellery, so Tue turned detective.
So when my mum told us what happened, we asked her if we can revisit the location and just walked through the steps and then noted where all the CCTV cameras were, and I came back and went to local businesses and shops to see if I can actually retrieve it.
In the CCTV, you can see one of the women walking ahead while Tue's mum follows, flanked by the other two scammers. We've blurred her face to protect her identity.
You see the three of them coming? So you can also see like the lady quite close to my mum.
She's pressing her shoulder up against your mum.
Exactly, yeah. She never leaves my mum's side. That's the one that went to my mum's house.
A doorbell camera filmed one of the scammers leaving Tue's mum's house after helping collect valuables for the blessing ceremony. Tue and I retraced the route to where her mum was tricked out of her possessions. So this is where it happened?
Yeah, so this is where the three ladies led my mum to do the blessing, and you know, she took all her valuables, so the gold, the cash in a bag, and somehow while they were like distracting and talking to her, they did the exchange here.
Security camera footage shows Tue's mum with a plastic bag containing thousands of pounds in cash and her jewellery. Unbeknown to her, the women switched the bags, and after she got home, she discovered her valuables had been replaced with water bottles. How's your mum been coping since this incident?
Well, it's been about 4 to 5 months and it's been really, really tough. But initially it was heartbreaking to see her just break down. Like, she wasn't able to eat, she wasn't sleeping. She didn't really have the motivation to go outside because she was scared. So it really debilitated her.
Tue's mother can't explain why she did what the women wanted. So Tue speculated something more than psychological manipulation might have been involved.
Like, why would she just willingly follow these ladies and bring one of them to the house and give all of her valuables and cash? So when I started to research, I came across this drug called Devil's Breath, which is a plant that's based in South America, and it's kind of like being made into a powder where if breathed in or smelled or touched, I don't really know the exact mechanics, but it can cause someone to lose themselves and follow a person's instructions.
Devil's breath, or scopolamine, is derived from a flower that grows in Colombia. As its nickname suggests, it's a drug with a terrifying reputation. In the right dose, it can reportedly make people highly suggestible, temporarily compromising a person's free will.
Where I am here in Colombia, there's a long history of devil's breath being used to commit crimes. The number of cases tends to go up around when people get paid each month or during large city festivals, city events. I spoke to a toxicologist who's a doctor here at a clinic in Medellin who's used to treating people at least a few times a month who might have been robbed or sexually assaulted under the influence of devil's breath. He told me criminals most often slip the drug into a drink, but in the street they might also spray it into a victim's face as a mist or a perfume. Now, what happens after that is the victim becomes compliant within just a few minutes, and they might hand over their money or their ATM pin or whatever it may be without much of a struggle. Afterwards, that person may have memory loss or even complete amnesia of what happened.
So is devil's breath being used in blessing scams in Britain? The drug passes through the body very quickly, so it's difficult to test for, but none of the blessing scam victims I've spoken to believe they were drugged.
Devil's breath is quite an extreme theory, and there hasn't been any firm evidence that it's being used here in blessing scams.
No, not really, but looking at the characteristics of my mom and how she behaved and my research, it does lead me to believe that that could be the case.
However, a fraud expert has identified other reasons why the criminals are so effective at gaining people's trust.
I think this particular scam is so successful because you are getting people that mirror you in terms of, you know, they look like you, they're female, you know, they could possibly be of a similar age to yourself. They are speaking their own language. It's a gentle introduction, and then they will be working up, won't they, towards, well, this is what needs to happen next. And then if another person joins the scenario, you already feel at ease with that first person. So you're not necessarily seeing any red flags that make you walk away.
Police in the US, Canada and Australia have issued public warnings about the scam. 2A is trying to publicise the issue in the UK, where the crime is less well known.
So seeing the impact it had on my mom, and then after researching myself and seeing how far the crime goes in terms of the different areas and the other people that's been impacted, I decided to create a campaign to try and raise, well, predominantly awareness so other people wouldn't be they wouldn't fall victim to this. And from that campaign, all of these other cases started to arise and victims started to come forward and tell me their stories, which is absolutely crazy. And it's not just London, it's also in Liverpool, Manchester and Birmingham.
Meanwhile, the criminals are still at large.
For me, it's Chinese people scamming Chinese people, which really makes me angry, you know, and I want the public to be aware of this. I want them to stop, not to con innocent people, and maybe live a decent life, you know. Like I said, karma will come back, you know. If you do good on this earth, I believe you will be rewarded. But if you're hurting other people, you think you can make easy money while the rest of the world is working so hard for their livelihood, and you're just scamming people off like this, this is not right.